Welcome back to Full Drive Adventure Crew. My name is Voss, and we have James out here again, and we got the red Jeep. We're working. We got last week to finish this up. We got a lot of work to do today, so it's gonna be a late one again. We got some cool parts in, like some Fox shocks. So he's copycatting everything that we have on mine and Tanya. So all the best parts that we threw at it and it worked, that's what he went with. So James, what are we doing today?
So today is filling differentials, right? Shocks, new tires, which, come here, I'll show you these.
Pom-pom.
17-inch method bead grip rims with our BFG KO2s in 37 by 12.5 by 17. And then we're gonna do the funnest part of the whole build, which I have been waiting impatiently for this part of it for the whole time, because we're slicing all of this off to be able to put our fenders and our armor on. So I've already got the first part done. First part is already on, but we have to cut all this out and all of this way back to here to get these fenders on, because this, as you see, these things are monsters.
And these are about 30% left on these tires. Those other tires are a lot bigger.
Yeah. However, this is going to be the funnest part of all of it, is seeing all this sheet metal get cut out. So stick around. Let's go.
So in the previous video, we bolted everything up. I cut the long U-bolts off so we don't have any big pokey things everywhere. So today we gotta secure the soft line, attach the e-brake lines. We have brackets for those, which is gonna be about like that. We'll have a bracket welded right about here where this can be attached directly. And then we got shocks. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean this up with the wire wheel so we can put a couple tacks when we'll put the bracket up. We got the shock ready, so this is gonna be an 8-inch travel shock, and that's about it. The fronts, what we did is we left the brackets very low. The stock XJ, the bracket is flat with the coil, but I didn't want to mess with it because it was welded pretty nice, and we just got a longer shock, so we have like a 6-inch travel shock, and we will be fixing the coil straightness when we turn it around, because right now, after we drove it a little bit, the suspension settled and it showed where it's at, so we'll have to adjust the track bar. But other than that, we're ready. Drive shaft ready to go in. The rear is already in with the new adaptive U-joint, and we'll be good to go. So James, if you want, clean the take those little bolts out from underneath there, and you can clean it with that or wire wheel, and then you can take the other bracket. I was just testing, make sure it lays flat. We just need to run around so we can do this, and then what we'll do is we'll measure where this is at right height, tack it, and then weld it fully. So lots of work to do. All right, so we got these brake line holders, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind off the spot where I would like this to be, and that should be away from the shock, because we're going to try to put the shock right here, the bracket, so it should be way out here to catch the shock coming down. So I would like to have this up top as much as I can, because I can still move this around. I did not bolt it all the way. And then similar scenario going to be on this side, where these rubber lines, they'll be laying back here, and they should be okay. They should be protected from any branches or anything snagging on these, because that's pretty much how I have all mine, and never had an issue with brake lines yet. so we got two different shock brackets that we can weld, which I got them from Rough Stuff. And one is if I go like this, and I mean, yeah, you can imagine, so it'll be on the frame, and I need to have it under the same angle as what the shock is gonna be, that wants to be, because you don't really want to have these shocks straight like this, because originally they were designed to stay off to the angle. So, but this one's a bit too close to the tube, and if this ever comes down low enough, it will, this will hit the tube, and we don't want that, and we don't want it to hit the brake line either. So the idea is to put this bigger offset one that will push off the shock right here, and we can bring it down more. We just have to modify this bracket a little bit. So now we're gonna move the jack stands to the frame side and start dropping the axle to the spot where I need it to play with the shock. So I need to figure out the shock, how it's gonna be, and then to see where this line's gonna be end up welding up. I wanted to push it up as far as I can so it does not interfere with the shaft of the shock. Bunch of dilemmas to sort out. Let's get to it. All right, so we are debating. I like this bracket, but it's still not far enough. Even though I'm bending it and putting it like that, it's still not far enough away from the tube as I like it, because I had similar issue on Tanya's, and trying to avoid those issues that I had. So these are the brackets that we chopped from this axle, which they were hanging right about like that. This is not the right angle for us. So what I need to do is I need to make this shorter and to sit off an angle like that. It needed to be more like this. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna draw a half tube here and then offset on this side, so when you put it up, it's gonna be this one's gonna be shorter, this, or vice versa. One's gonna be higher up, the other one's gonna be lower, so it's gonna bring it like this. For the other side, we need it opposite, and we have two of these. I'm gonna try to do this so we can get the rear shocks dialed, so I don't have to hear from James saying that we have to redo something, because it's not gonna be fun.
It'll be clicking, clanking, click, click, but that's what it's like to drive an XJ.
Hey, if it's
right?
if it's not making noises, it's not moving. So this looks a lot better than what I thought initially. So it brings it off the axle quite a bit, and we're using old Gladiator parts. You can bring it in a little bit like this probably, because this is full droop but not full articulation, and that's basically what I'm after, is just getting this. I want to grind that side a little bit more so I don't have this big gap like that here. So I'll grind that more a bit and we'll be ready to tack it. I got it grinded down so we can mark it up where we need to clear it. The U-bolt will drop out if we ever have to take the U-bolt out. The angle is good, and the platform and this bump stop for the shock will work just fine, and we'll have plenty of room for the brake line to sit there and not interfere with our shock. So yep, gotta grind that beautiful paint off and
not my paint,
start tacking it. Well, you'll have to redo it, James.
Well, that's okay, because at some point I'm gonna repaint all this too. Because, you know, we got to make her, you know, pavement princess, right? Oh, that's not what we're doing? No, we're not doing that.
See, the thing is you grew up off-roading in a Toyota, and now you're switching to Jeep, and you're trying to bring the Toyota beauty to a Jeep. That's like putting lipstick on the pig.
Hold on. And the reliability, and that's not going to happen. Oh, shots are fired. He's going down.
I'm grinding. that will hold. That will hold the shock. And this creates a nice skid plate. So if he ever runs into a rock, it won't hang him on. It will just slide off. Because it's only about 1.5 inches below the axle tube. Just perfect. All right, this side is welded, painted, and cooling off. I like spraying when it's hot. It feels like a powder coating. Just coats it up and dries up pretty quick as well. So we're gonna put the U-bolt back in and jump up to the other side.
So now while this guy is welding on that guy, this guy is gonna strip off this guy. Because we got to cut the fender way like out to here to clear the monster tires that we have over there. So that's next on this agenda. And this is going very well, isn't it? Brackets worked out great.
Yeah, I mean, we were using parts that we deleted off this axle and just put them in the places where we need them.
Well, you know what they say. Measure once, cut twice, install 3 times, remove twice, and then keep going.
That does not apply to modifying things.
Oh yeah, that's right, because it's unlimited amounts of modifications. And what do you have to say, young gentleman? How are you? I think I just got defeated. He's like, not today. So at this point, welding on some tack welds for some brackets for the shocks right now. He's getting a face full of sparks and hot stuff. But she likes that. A shower of sparks. Now for safety, we drained the gas tank and filled it with water.
Don't flatter yourself.
That's not true.
It's a plastic gas tank. What's going to happen to it?
Hey, do you see me worried? I'm not worried.
I mean, we're going to have the biggest fireball in the neighborhood. Everybody's going to like that.
Well, oh, maybe that's a, hey. By the way, people, I'm going to throw this out there right now for everybody that's going to watch this video. This Jeep does not have a name. I want to put something on here that says Cherokee, something, something, something. Something, 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 I don't know. So in the comments section down below, after you've liked the video, after you've subscribed, throw down what you think we should name the red Jeep. Because this red Jeep, it needs a name. It has no name yet, so. And if you are chosen at random for the name, you get bragging rights, and that's all we got for you, because that's it, that's all we got, so.
The budget's out.
Yeah, well, yeah, the budget, dude, the budget's been blown huge on this thing. So, leave it down in the comments, down below. Yeah, down there. So I've removed the factory fender flares from these locations. They are held in there by a 10mm deep socket you'll need to get to the back side. Those are removed, and so now do a little bit of cleanup on aisle 4. And then, of course, as we do, typically, every time I come up here, we're going to get pizza. And this guy over here is doing some sort of brake lines, something or other. I don't know.
James is afraid of things, so he needs brakes for some reason. I don't know.
I've never needed brakes before.
Orders.
I've never needed brakes before, but that's just the brakes. And if you noticed in one of the other videos, there was another project going on with this green Jeep. And now we're doing a final coat on it. Doing a final coat on this thing to make it a darker green. And God, that's a way better green. Whoever's idea it was to put black in that green is that rock and rolls. Good job, boss.
Good job, James.
Dang, Daniel, good job.
Okay, so,
Yeah, that looks good.
I did the big ones.
You did the big ones.
We got Mark over here doing his. Hey, what are you doing here?
Taking it off.
Painting it. You're gonna take this off?
Yeah, well, he has to take it off, otherwise we get green, see? He already messed up. Mark, these are coming out first.
That goes to sit behind it. Even I know that one.
Uh-huh.
I learned that when we did a radiator over here. All right, guys. We're gonna get back to the beautiful white one. Look at it. Somebody washed it since our last trip. Look at how good that looks right now.
Yeah, you guys gotta go through and
I want one of those.
all the things.
I need one of those. All right. This was just a detour after pizza. So let's get back to work.
So we got everything done. We got all the e-brake cables. We got all the regular brakes done. So we are good to go. I painted the brackets up top, down low, so we're waiting for them to dry up. Right now, I'm gonna find some bolts and we're gonna start tightening up the shocks.
Okay.
We'll be dropping the rear, turning it around, and then getting the front dealt with, and then fenders.
So we have here, we're at the next phase. Okay, here it is. Basically, taking a grinder to this whole area right here. And pull this out. Hey, Star-Lord.
All right, let's chop up this thing.
Let's see how this goes. And since now we messed with the structural integrity of the vehicle, we're going to actually weld gussets from the frame up to the other part and do a full frame off restoration. Wait, a different video.
Sans bullshit.
I changed my mind. I want to keep the 32s. This is too much. I don't know. Can we just put it all back together?
Yep. Super glue. I got some super glue if you want to put it back together.
You got any duct tape in there?
I don't know if duct tape is gonna hold. Probably we're gonna have to go get some gaffer's tape. That holds better.
Oh, gaffer's tape is the bomb.
It's expensive, but it works.
As someone that knows the music industry well, gaffer's tape I know, love, and respect.
All right, time for a rubber hammer.
Yeah, all right, I'll be right back with that.
Using for fender flares is 1/8 steel, which is about 6-inch strips. James picked up some, brought them over. So now we're gonna start bending them to the shape of a wheel.
So over here we have little Mr. Daniel, who actually went to Starbucks and didn't get us anything. He only got himself.
For sure, just myself.
Even though I did feed him pizza and soda, he offered me nothing.
Yeah.
We got the fender right here. We gotta make it into the shape we need. So the trick what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna do ratchet strap it to the 32-inch tire so we can bend it into shape. Give me a minute, I'll set up.
By the way, shout out to Adam for the steel. Thank you, son. Those 32s look like such little tiny donuts compared to those over there. Holy moly. What a difference.
Start bending it a little bit. Bend it more. Keep this rope straight. There you go. We can always bend it back. We just...
And this is how you make trailer tire wheel wells, huh?
Pretty much. Okay, it's gonna spring back, but it should be within acceptable. Nope, not yet. Well, we'll be able to lay it in there, and then slow bending into shape.
So now the fun part begins. Let me get over there and start grinding because I need to grind all that stuff off.
Yep.
All right, so let's begin grinding. I'm gonna put the parking brake on. Hey, the parking brake works, just so you know.
I know.
You never tested it.
Somebody built it.
But you never tested it.
Somebody built it. Hold on. Let me...
I'm getting there, it's close. I'm gonna go so fast.
Hold on, Mark, a little bit, no, I got plenty. I got plenty on my side. You're gonna have a lot on your side. Actually, I would push more. Your side.
Push towards you or pull?
No, me. I mean, I'm pushing towards you, so
you
that's
pull.
it. Yeah, that's it, we're good. Okay, this is where you guys gotta,
we gotta eyeball it, because this is, you got one shot.
you gotta eyeball on the tire. No, that. Because this is gonna get cut from back here. But yeah, we gotta. So I want it to be equal with the yellow line.
Yeah, we're good. But we're still gonna grind some of that off though, right?
Yes, but I'm just laying it up right now. Okay, doing the first weld, and then.
So then we're gonna fill this in with some pieces of Bondo. It's just body filler goes in here, filler like that pink stuff.
From the jack.
Bondo.
The handle.
Now I want everybody to open their eyes and look directly at the bright light that's gonna happen. Look at the bright light, you see it? Yeah.
You only have one eye.
I know, I gotta stop doing it.
I need a metal brush. So this technique I stole from Matt's Off-Road. I saw how they did it on their XJ, and I made my own twist to it because they made them flat really close. I want them wider open. I'm burning.
Ooh, yeah. Do we need to get Cardinal over here?
No, I just need to turn it down.
I want pretty welds.
And sheet metal?
Yeah. You can do it.
Good luck. Okay.
Let me call Alex's or us. Hey, are you gonna come over or what? What are you doing? Hey, let's check out how straight it is. Because it kind of tilts in.
Well, that's gonna get cut off.
Because we're gonna cut it like this, right?
Well, however you want. My job is to get you Fender in there because it's gonna. We're following the contour. It's not gonna be flush round. So I'm gonna get up to this, and I need to push it up right here. It's ugly, but it's done.
What do you mean it's ugly? It's beautiful.
Well,
Look at
at the welds.
It's beautiful. See how beautiful that was?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
At least you can stand on these now and run them into rocks and not worry about it.
So then let's small details, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we take this distance and we just follow it right here, right, until we get to this point, and then kind of whoop.
Depends how you want to do it. So I left on mine about 2 inches down, and I just brought it up like this. So it creates a little mud flap. So the bigger this out, the more it protects you. So same thing here. You can go from the rock slider up like this and just kind of curve it out because you don't want to have any sharp edges.
Yeah, dude.
So, no, you're not. Your shin's not gonna like it, or your kid's shin. Yep.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
That's decapitation right there. So.
All right, well, I can peel tape and go to town.
So it's gonna stay. I mean, yeah, you would want to run some silicone around it and paint it to make it look nice, or just do the silicone. You know how they do it? They just put a bunch of silicone and they take small dimes and they just do the stacks, so it looks like you have a stack of dimes over here. Hey, you can always make it look nice, you know? Just paint it over and it's gonna look like a stack of dimes.
We'll be out there with a little grinder with one of those little wheels on it. Little.
No, I would not grind this because
Too thin.
This metal is way too thin.
Yeah.
It's holding not because of the thin metal, it's holding by the area of all these little tacks. So. Well, we're almost done with the rear. The driver's side is done, and James is getting ready with the front with all the armor. So what we do is we cut everything out, the fender to the armor. So James is tracing it out from my Jeep, how I have mine. So when you are fully stuffed and turning, you are not rubbing any of your fenders. So James, that's quite a bit, huh?
Well, I may have overdone it here because my mark is 7.5 here to this here. So I'm more like...
Yeah, we can always re-drill those holes for stuff, so. It's getting closer. The rear fender is trimmed. Edges are cleaned, everything, so 4 inches from the body, and this is a very solid as a step. And Alex here is helping me out, finishing the passenger side. So hopefully tonight we'll be done.
So now we're at the point where the front fenders have been cut out. That's gone. Okay, I'm gonna start attaching another piece of fender and
Welding to it.
welding to it. So here we go. So it's starting to get dark here now. It's whatever time it is, it's starting to get dark. But we got brakes are bled. All 4 tires are on. And it's a little bit dark, so you can't really see them. We're welding the final fender on right now. So that's happening.
Whew. Yeah, James just got blind with his one eye.
Dude, I did.
All right, so we are gonna be good to go. It's going back to James's house sometime this week, and he's gonna do the final finishes on his house. We got green Jeep to assemble all of its armor. So now it's all dark green with the black line right here. So we're gonna have armor go back in here. So that's why this is so this is the green it was, and that's the green it is now. So it's a little bit darker, which makes this thing look really nice and clean. As soon as we put all the armor back on it, it's gonna be perfect. So we got a few more days of craziness before we go out to the car show. We're probably not gonna win anything, but at least I'll be able to have all my Rocklanders with me out there doing cool things. And we will go on a trail ride. So if you're gonna be at the event and you have a capable vehicle, the trail that we're gonna go on is about level 4, so nothing crazy. 31s, 32s, we'll do it. And we're gonna go from Carson City over to Virginia City for a little trail run after the event. And after that, we're gonna start heading out. So we're gonna finish a few of these things, and we'll see you guys at the event. Till next time, see ya.